Right, and our mic is on. I do not have, in order to show, what are you looking for?
The bathroom.
Oh, there's one here or one at the top of the stairs, whichever you prefer. I noticed you've got the full screen up there. I have the list of who's online in the chat here.
Oh, so this is different. So now we don't have this camera anymore?
Yeah, well, yeah, right now we're using this one
That's
instead.
nice.
Your computer's not quite cutting it off. Good call.
I'm trying to.
So is yours the midnight blue?
I think it is.
Is it the first generation that holds fingerprints or the second gen that doesn't?
No,
Look at it, you can tell. No.
Hold fingerprints?
Purdy though.
Oh,
There's some fingerprints.
Yeah.
how about Marcy?
Yeah,
Is there anything from Marcy? As far as I know, she is planning to be here.
It just would be nice for
We
that.
started at
Shouldn't be
6.
too bad. The new one was,
Make it.
that's a gorgeous machine though.
Yeah,
And I've made,
my
yeah,
kids all have
sure
one.
she knows it's a 6.
Finally upgraded myself.
All right, everybody's here and your meeting is live.
Okay, then let's call the meeting to order, and I think the first thing we do is a roll call. But I don't have the list.
I never had the
It's
on the
So
minutes.
Tara's here, Joanne is
It's on
here.
the minutes, the roll call. We have the minutes.
I have the approval of minutes next.
Yeah, I mean, do you have the minutes?
She's saying if you have a copy, it
Oh.
has a list of everybody.
It lists everybody.
That's okay.
I didn't bring my folder, I'm sorry.
So Jeff may be on Zoom, and Perry is not here.
Yes, it's not on
And
Zoom
Marcy
yet.
is not here yet, but we assume she will be soon. And then we have the minutes from February 9th. Anybody move to approve?
I move that we approve the minutes.
Second? All in favor, say aye.
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 Did we have a
Oh,
quorum?
no.
Well, oh, yes.
Well, if we have,
Oh, maybe we don't have
Yeah.
a quorum.
no,
How
there's
many
3 of us,
do you have?
I know.
and we have Jeff and Perry in addition, and Marcy, so we know we don't have a quorum
We
yet.
don't
We'll
have
have to
a
wait,
good
have
call.
to wait on that until Marcy gets here.
And I'm just noticing that our webpage is not edited, so while I'm in there, I'm gonna do some quick edits.
Is that something I forgot?
No, it's, I should do, let's see if I can do this. And that'll help for roll call too, actually, if I can do that.
You're already in there, the website calendar has this meeting listed for 5:30 instead of 6.
Okay,
Oh.
well, and I had it as someplace as 5:30, and then the agenda went out at 6, and I looked on my calendar and it was there, so I'll take care of that too. So I took Kara off as chair, and I'm gonna put Midge as a co-chair, right?
Right,
No?
Is that, isn't it Midge
and
and,
Joanne,
pardon?
Midge and Joanne,
That's what I thought.
yeah.
Yeah,
Co-chairs.
not Tara.
No, I didn't say Tara.
Oh, okay.
That was before, and I said I took her off of there.
I'm confused.
Anybody that's co-chair,
Who's
anybody know what the right way to spell co-chair is?
I would do it
I had it
C-O dash.
hyphenated before,
chair.
but then do you hyphenate the,
I would hyphenate it.
but do you capitalize the chair? If you can, why not?
Well,
You can if you want.
And then we're gonna go down to, wow, this is terribly outdated, because this does not have Joanne on here either.
Oh, boy. That's very outdated. That's really outdated. What did
Yeah.
you do, go back to a default from 2 years ago? or
No,
something?
I don't, they just didn't get you on here. So Joanne, do you spell your name one word?
No, it's 2 words. J-O capital A-N-N.
K-O-E.
and is there a space between the Joe and the N?
Yeah, it's 2 words.
Oh, I didn't know there was.
Okay. And then I am going to get rid of Jeremy Battles, because he's not there. We do have listings, by the way, to have, is there any others? Jeff DeBenedetto is a non-planning board. So let's see, we have Joanne, Midge, Tara, that's 3.
We have Marcy.
6, 7. We've got 7, but one of those is Jeff is a non-voting.
Marcy,
So is
Perry.
3 people a quorum of 6?
Marcy and Perry.
Oh,
I think you're okay, actually.
really?
Well, I thought a quorum was more than half,
I thought.
but we're not
But
gonna
what if
do
you
that
have an
if
even
it's
number?
6.
Jeremy, do you have any insight? If I have half of a group, is that a quorum?
It's
Google,
when it,
yeah.
it's
Google said
half,
yes. Well, we'll believe so.
it's half of whatever your membership is supposed to be.
Right.
Whether they're voting or not.
Non-voting
Voting.
don't count toward it.
They, oh,
So if we
Voting.
have 6 voting, we have a quorum.
Oh, good.
now wait a
Yep.
minute.
That would be correct. So if you have 6 voting
Terry-
members, then you only need 3 for a quorum.
Okay,
Well, we have Marcy, Jeff, and Perry in addition to us 3, so
right.
that's 6.
But who's the non-voting one?
Jeff DeBenedetto is a planning board liaison, and it says non-voting here.
But
No.
he's not the liaison anymore. Perry is.
Oh, Perry
That's
Roberts,
what I am
that
trying
means
to
Perry's non-voting, so Jeff is, but one of them isn't, neither one of them's here, so we still have half of 6. We're just
Okay,
fighting
but
about which one.
We need to clear up your minutes or your
I'm making some edits online right now as we.
edits about who's
Yeah.
what.
What's the Wi-Fi?
It's
Perry is 2
POR.
things. He's the representative, plus he's the secretary,
And the password?
treasurer.
You have a
These are
sample
3
of
things.
stuff? No. Let me see, hold on, I can get it for you.
I want to look at Kate's list of deliverables here on my computer.
Oh,
Okay, hold on, I can get you
Can you just forward me the password?
I can't, but I can get a picture of it and show it to you.
Okay.
So we can approve the minutes.
we can.
No, you can.
We
So I already, made a motion to approve the minutes.
Sarah seconded it and everybody has approved.
Okay, so that's good. That's really good.
There we go. There we go. It's really long.
Oh, God. I hate these.
Capital R,
And what's this? What's that symbol?
the app,
That's the shift
right there.
2.
Oh, thank you.
And then lowercase b,
I should.
Oh,
capital L,
Of course, you are
Zero.
advertising
Zero.
everybody who watches the recording.
G,
number 3. Capital R.
okay, let's see. Did I get it right? Yeah, I know, I just wanted to look at it. Okay. All right. So I think what we need to do today is figure out how we're gonna put on this public meeting on April 30th.
Okay, well, I can report that we have Roosevelt,
Good.
and we have roundtables, and I think I ordered 10 of them. Yeah, for 100.
Okay,
I estimated 100 people, and I have the Roosevelt reserved from 5 to 8 with AV assistance,
great.
and, do we want to have food?
Well, if it's 5 to 8, I think we have to offer something.
I think we should, yeah. We had kind of, snacks before, or I could do a Costco run again, like we did for the water meeting. That was really good.
That's probably.
Costco will, make big platters of stuff, you know. Some were sandwiches.
Sandwiches tend to go stale if they sit around, so maybe some.
I just picked them up and brought them, and
Okay,
people
and
ate them.
and they were good. Oh, great.
I even used them at other events afterwards.
Good.
so, and they were not.
Secondhand.
No.
I think if if you're willing to do that, that would be great. We definitely have to provide something. What about some sort of beverage?
So
Fizzy
what
water?
what we did again for the water is we had a big tub and I bought, that fizzy water.
Fizzy water.
That's flavored different things. They
Right.
had a big case of it in Costco that was pretty reasonable.
Perfect.
So I just put it in a cooler of ice. And then, Roosevelt provided a water machine where people could get plain water if they
Great.
preferred. That was simple,
Okay,
didn't have to have cups or anything. Aluminum's recyclable. I don't know. I'm open to other things, but I was going for simple.
well, I would too.
And I still have plates left from that, I still have napkins left from that.
And if you need more, I'm sure I have plates and napkins.
So if you're happy with Costco,
Sure.
I can order it ahead, and then I just go in and pick it up that day, and it's freshly
Okay.
made. And it was pretty good, I thought.
That'll be great. Thank you. How are we going to get people there? And, well, I guess maybe I should back up. What's the outcome that we want to see?
Well, this isn't, it's not like the other meeting where we were trying to get people's opinions.
Right.
So this is a summary, right? So this is providing them with the results of what KSU came up with as options. And
Is this really gonna be a 3-hour meeting?
no,
No.
I
No.
think it said 5 to 8. is what
I
heard.
reserved Roosevelt from 5 to 8.
Okay,
So you have them come, I mean, you can say it's at 6,
okay.
or you can say it's at 5:30, and people come early and they get their food and they get their seats. If you
I
had
just
it,
heard the 5 to 8 was kind of panicking.
no. So-
You lost everybody.
No. I needed to reserve the room because
Gotcha.
there has to be a prep time, you know, we have to put the food out, and then afterwards, people don't always just leave instantly, they chat sometimes, and so that's why I said 5 to 8. So it could be from 5:30 to 7, or
That makes
something like
sense.
that,
That sounds like a perfect timing.
5:30 to 7. And then if people have questions and they want it to go a little longer, they can, you know. It just gives you leeway.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, KSU, are they gonna be presenting? Okay, that's awesome.
And do we know at this point who is coming?
Yes, I think we do. Myrna's not gonna be here, huh? So, it's Kate, I think.
Oh, that she's actually coming?
I think so.
I-
Yeah. No, she's
Somebody's going
actually
to be on
coming.
vacation, but at
Yeah,
that time.
someone was, what's his name?
Blake?
Yeah, Lake, he's not gonna be here.
Okay.
Because he's going to be on vacation, but she's coming and another assistant, yeah.
Okay, so
And
we
they're
need,
going to present.
so we need to find out who it is, and then,
So Myrna has all that information.
okay,
She's talked to them and confirmed it and everything, so. We could check with Myrna.
and I guess, my next question then would be, how long is their part of the show gonna be? Are they expecting to take, what, half an hour?
I don't think so. I think it'd be longer than that.
Okay,
I would too. Well, how long, when they present it here, it would probably be about that long. It was,
that was about an hour, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
yeah.
So if you have introductions and then they present and then you have questions afterwards, does
so,
that sound like it's a reasonable agenda?
I think so. I think one of our responsibilities will be to know who they are and how to introduce them,
Mhm.
and what are brownfields, and so on.
How much they'll do
Well, I
that.
don't
Yeah,
know.
they-
No, they'll
they
do that.
They did that.
They
I
did
feel like
that.
she did
Okay,
it.
then
Yeah.
Somebody did a good
then we are
job.
relieved of that burden.
Oh, they do a really good job. They know
Great.
what they're doing.
Okay,
That screen is really big, so,
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be great.
yeah,
And there's gonna be somebody, but they know how because they did it already. They already used that setup for the
Yeah.
community meeting, so I don't think it'd be a problem.
No, I thought they did a good job for that.
No, I mean, as far as the tech and everything, 'cause they come early and check and make sure that their computers are compatible and everything. They're professional.
Okay.
And if Kate's gonna be here in person, then
Hmm?
should be great.
I think Mitch is gonna be here to help and,
Good deal.
Your question is what role do you want the
So,
URA board to have?
yeah,
I'm not gonna be here. I'm presenting at a conference in Glasgow.
you're not gonna be there? Oh.
let's go,
Montana,
oh.
unfortunately.
I wondered. International.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be here on the 30th, and I can't remember Joanne if
I'll
you
be
said,
here.
so. And then probably Jeff and Perry,
I hope.
I would hope.
And
Okay.
Marcy,
Yeah,
And Marcy, where is she?
who knows?
she's probably working.
She's closing the shop. Well, then it's going to be a lot easier than I had anticipated.
Good.
If they have so Kate will come with her associate, and they have their presentation all ready, and they will give their presentation, and then people will be asking questions. And
Yeah.
So I think we already gave them the feedback about what not to include, what to include. So I think, again, I think if we can discuss it with Myrna, I think it'll be all pretty
And then
clear.
the 5-story buildings.
Yeah, no 5-story
Right.
buildings, no, 100 people and 100
Yeah.
apartments and things like that. But, so what should we have? I think it would be good if we had a map to pass out to people.
Yep. A map showing the pieces of property and the ownership. And the ownership, maybe not.
And
Maybe just,
we should do an intro on what is the urban renewal district.
And what I was thinking, I'm actually chatting with Jeremy in the background, we're talking about having him come down in person and maybe have him do an introduction kind of right up front about urban renewals and what they're used for and
Really?
how they
Great.
fit in.
Okay.
great.
Well, then, it'll be a little longer, right?
I don't think
No, I think
it
that's
necess-
good to do.
But my thinking was,
Great.
this is probably going to be the best sampling of the community to show up for this meeting, and it might be a really good opportunity for people to understand
Mhm.
that a little better.
And there may be people who didn't come to the other one and didn't take
and
part in all the other discussions.
Yeah.
So anyway, you can't say something like that too often, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
sometimes you only hear half,
Yeah,
and
and you
then,
forget.
and then the second time you hear maybe something else that's new that you forgot. So we'll have an intro then. So the agenda will be, do we need an MC?
I think we do.
It could be somebody from this group, or we could have Jeremy do it, or I could just introduce people, whatever. I think you guys select somebody. Did you say you are in town, or you are
I
not
am.
in town?
Yeah.
It's me that I'm gone.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
But you couldn't see
Perry
people
would
behind you.
say.
Yeah,
Terry
Perry
would
would
be
be
fine.
great.
And he's not here, so we can nominate him.
Exactly.
No, he has a presence and he has a way.
He has gravitas.
He has gravitas, he's on the planning board, so he's got a scope of,
He's
and he
very
seems comfortable speaking in front of
Okay.
people.
So we'll let him know. I'll let him know. Terry will MC.
So that means he'll just, introduce people and move the agenda along.
Great.
So then the agenda will be, an introduction on the URD.
Mhm.
What is the URD?
And who drew it up? Whose idea was it? Is that gonna matter? People are
Well,
gonna
he
ask?
can talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be approved by
Mhm.
the city and everything, so,
Mhm.
but that's good to know, because
Mhm.
there are people who will say, well, you didn't tell us
Right.
about it.
We'll give them the timeline of how.
Who came up with this idea?
Well, and I think in fairness, it's fair as we have these conversations to mention some of the conversations that are happening at the state level, at the legislature, and how they're trying to tweak or modify or shut down, depending on who you talk to.
I don't think we should talk about that.
I think that would be a sidebar.
I don't,
Okay, I'm all right with that.
Is that gonna lead people down a rabbit hole?
yeah,
No, I think it's just important that people understand what it is and what it isn't, because a lot of the
Right.
conversations, even in this group sometimes, aren't really tied to what the purposes are, but you can talk about that just in doing a high level overview of what
I
urban
think
renewal area
if
is.
Jeremy's willing to do that, and he has the sense of how it fits with regulations and with the state, and he knows not to get too in the weeds. I mean, we don't want him to get it in the weeds.
So no weeds,
No.
Jeremy.
So I guess you said, what do we want to get
Although
out?
URA is to get rid of the weeds, that's one of the definitions.
All right.
Along with the concrete and weeds.
What I would like to see happen is I would like to see people really get involved and get a vision and get excited about how beautiful it could be, or that if we start working on this, we could have a model town with a beautiful entrance, and that people already love coming to see us, and they'll love us even more. That's what, and also that people feel involved in the discussion.
And,
That this
and
is not
heard.
being done to them
Right.
by some outside agency. I think that's really important right now. Hope said that when she was here at our last meeting. She said, that's a really important thing, is that we want everybody to be involved in the discussion,
And people deal with change so much better if they have some kind of anticipation of
Right.
what it's gonna be like.
so,
Otherwise, if it's a surprise, people will usually respond like this
Right.
or like this.
and then I'm sure KSU will present, these are just some ideas. This is not nobody's made any decisions, these are just concepts.
So we need to say that 100 times.
100 times, but they will say it, Perry can say it, Jeremy can say it, that we want to share with them what these wonderful people at KSU have worked really hard and listened to people's comments and tried to incorporate all of those into these wonderful ideas.
I think at my work, we say a lot, investment follows vision, and so we're sharing a potential vision for what the entrance could look like, and hopefully there are people there that are inspired by that vision, and maybe they want to invest in
Right.
making something like this come
Great
to
point.
fruition.
And then it'll be a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
It's not going to be one agency doing it.
No.
It's going to be a developer saying, well, I could do this piece, or I could do that piece. And then how do we all work together? We may have to change zoning, we may have to do some stuff to get what we want.
Mhm.
But if you don't have an idea of what you want to begin with,
You won't get it.
yeah, you won't get anything. You
Right.
just get a hodgepodge. And
Well,
this is what I'm terrified we're
Right.
just gonna get a hodgepodge, and when it could be so beautiful. So this is such an important vision, because I came out of the presentation just
Fired up.
excited and in awe, of what we could have. So, all right, that's my goal.
I think it would be probably helpful to mention the pea cannery. And how,
Absolutely.
and how, what has happened with that, and what's the future? How does that represent or symbolize what we would like to see?
Well, I think, let's make sure they're invited. Let's
Good idea.
give them a really strong invitation to come. But I think KSU is very cognizant of what they have to offer. They've done the tour, they've talked with them, they had special meetings with them.
Yeah.
And what they're asking for, and they haven't asked, right? And it's, I think, very reasonable, is adequate parking, in the plan. If we think about the fact that this is going to be a wonderful place that people want to visit, you have to allow enough. I mean, this is how we work collaboratively, I think. make it happen. But I don't want to get into the details, because people will pick on a detail and
People
then they'll
will,
just
yes.
worry it to death.
Yeah.
And we don't have details.
So again, this is just the start of a vision.
Yeah,
I just have one suggestion.
Please.
As part of couching the vision in the history of why the district was made, I would specifically mention the 4 goals in the plan
okay,
for your, just to reiterate, increase housing near downtown, number 1, support business development, public infrastructure improvements, and these have like some details under each one, but it might be worth going back and looking at the plan, and specifically mentioning those in the presentation. And then number 4, promote historic preservation and cohesive urban design. So
Those
that's
are
kind of
good
the,
goals.
yes.
So I think we should have that up on the wall somewhere. So all you have to do is point at it.
Well, I like handouts.
Okay,
We can have a map with the goals,
yeah,
right?
they can
Okay.
ponder those while they're sitting there
Yeah,
absorbing the
sure.
presentation.
So if we
Yeah.
could have a one sheet, even if we have to do both sides, and
we
have
need a
on,
one-sheet handout
yeah, a handout with a little blurb on the history
with a map on
a
the
map
handout. So
of
we
the
want a map.
URG. And then the 4 goals. That's a great idea, Jeremy. That's
Because
really good.
You do need to keep it away from the weeds. Like, people need to
Yeah.
just be like, what is this for? Oh, yeah, the 4 things it says, yeah.
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 So I would think that Kate would do a very similar presentation to what they did before.
Yeah,
I feel like some of that was included in that.
Yeah,
I
it
feel like
was.
she did such a great job
it
of
was.
talking about just informing, this is not her first rodeo, so
I
she
know.
knows
Right.
inform people, so maybe we don't have to do a lot of this. And remember they did a 1-page for us? They created a 1-page summary, so maybe that's a handout too. I don't know if it has the map on it.
Let's do those 2. We'll do the one that we'll have for people when they come in. We can have them on the tables with the map and the goals,
Yeah,
and maybe just a 2 or 3 sentence. What is a URD? And then, but Jeremy's gonna give an intro to it, so. Jeremy, are you good with this? You're getting committed to this.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
participation.
Dave always voluntold me for a lot of stuff, so it's all good. Yeah, no, I reviewed the plan that you guys currently have, and I can definitely be prepared to be brief in an introduction and start things off.
Great, thank
Great.
you. Well, we'll put times on it, when we get down to the agenda, we'll put when we can talk to Kate.
so she'll know how long she will take.
Right, so we'll have times on the agenda. Does that sound good?
And so if people have questions, to whom will they be asked? To Perry as our MC?
Perry will say, your turn. That's
Okay.
his job, right, as MC, to say. But Kate, I think, will be the one that will
Okay,
answer them.
yes,
So how do again, we have to do this in collaboration with Kate. How does she like to do it? Does she
Sure.
like to save questions for the end, or does she have to take breaks in the middle for questions or comments? As you say, they do this all the time.
so would it be her style to take questions as they come?
Well, we don't know. We've got to
I don't know.
ask her,
Okay,
I think.
okay,
So we'll have a rough agenda, okay?
uh-huh,
This is how we could do it. And then we will have a Zoom meeting with Kate and discuss details.
do we need to?
She can tell us what she needs,
Yeah.
Sure, and how she would like to run it.
yeah, what she thinks would be a good idea.
It would be helpful also, I'm just thinking, here I am, I come to this meeting, I hear stuff about the north entrance of town, and I have questions, do I want to talk to somebody from KSU, or do I want to talk to somebody from here? I think it's important to have a local person, maybe that's where Perry fits in, or maybe our mayor.
Well, but I think this is their presentation. I think afterwards, if they have comments, we could have a follow-up meeting later, if they would like. You know, have a community meeting. But this, I think we don't want to get bogged down in that this time.
I agree.
I think we want to get the vision thing out there in front before we start having people say, well,
what
but
about,
if you do this, that'll make a mess of that. This will be, you know,
So,
I don't want to get into that.
So I'm thinking that to reinforce that is to show a lot of pictures
Mhm.
and not words.
Well, I think they'll do a good job, really, Midge.
Oh, I think they will.
Yeah, I think they know how to do this.
Okay.
I mean, the way that he framed some of it, you know, the vision of Mount Maurice as you come in, and it's framed on both sides, and you get this feeling of, you know, vitality and lots of green space. It's those things, you know. I think we want to concentrate, not how many housing units we're going to have, or whether they're going to be 2-story or 3-story.
That's the weeds.
That's the weeds,
So,
right?
I would think that just knowing how planners operate is that Jeremy and Kate, both being planners, will have a way to document concerns or questions, because I think isn't that part of it too, is like, okay, we had this input, that's, you know, a week of input, you guys, and then we listened, and we're showing back what you all said.
That's right.
And so part of that is to check, like, what do people say about, did you get it right? And so I would imagine that Kate would have a plan, and maybe Jeremy too, of documenting that. You know, you see it a lot of just handwriting, or somebody typing in so that everybody can see, like, yep, your comments are absolutely noted.
Yeah.
I bet you money Kate will have a suggestion on.
Good.
I'm sure.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you want to have people see, oh, they heard me. They got it written down. It's up there. Very important.
If people want, they could have roundtable discussions, you know. They're going to be round tables, and so if they want to take time afterwards and discuss it, and
That'd be
then
cool.
come make suggestions or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have the facilities to do that in a good way.
Yeah, the way you guys did it last time, or we all did it last time, with having kind of one of us at each table, I think that worked pretty well.
Yeah.
We could kind of answer some of those, you know, little sidebars.
That's a really good
Very
idea.
good point.
Yeah.
I think it was a good format.
And that's how the tourism grant meeting was organized. But the person at our table wasn't very helpful.
Uh-oh.
It was okay. Let's finish up with this. So who will find out from Kate how she would like to run this?
Well, I think we want to have a Zoom. So I think let's touch base with Myrna
Okay.
and see what their schedule is. And see
And I just saw an email from Myrna that
Oh, did
said
you?
she did not have the link, so I just emailed it to her. So I suspect there's a very high possibility she may drop in here in the next couple of
Terrific.
minutes.
Oh, great.
Or she may not be sitting there hovering over her email for half an hour or so.
Maybe not.
You might have a life.
No,
Having a glass of
that's
wine
not
right
it.
now.
So, all right, so this is timing. So when should we try and set this up? Let's pick a week or something.
A Zoom meeting?
The Zoom meeting.
Well,
It's hard, was Perry going to come? Or you said Perry was going to Zoom in, or?
he's going to listen to the recording of this meeting and then
going to.
derive the minutes from that.
Okay.
But I don't know what his plans are. But I'm sure he could be available for a Zoom meeting with Kate and Myrna.
Oh, it's right in front of me here, okay.
So, our next regular meeting is the 20th, which is only 10 days before this, so.
Oh, well, that would be okay.
I was gonna say, remember, you do have one meeting before that.
We do,
so.
it's the 20th of April, so we could schedule a Zoom meeting for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be here, but I could Zoom, I think, if it's not at 6.
Is 6 o'clock going to be our standard meeting
Well, it
time?
was, because, so that Marcy could come.
Yeah, you guys had changed that, which is why there was a,
Yeah,
and it's reflected at 6 o'clock everywhere except on that calendar where it still says 5:30. So I sent out an email to get that corrected, unless you guys all change it again.
Well. Yeah, I'm not gonna be here that week, so.
okay.
I'm gone too, actually. I could potentially Zoom in, but I'm traveling to Browning and Cupping, so.
Yeah, I have a dinner I have to go to that night.
Well, how about the week before then?
Yeah. That would
The week of the 13th?
be good for me.
Yep.
And any particular,
To do a Zoom, we could do it when we used to have our meetings.
Yeah.
Well, if you go the week before, remember, you can't do it at the same time that there's another meeting
Right.
scheduled, because they'll be using
We're
Zoom and
just
stuff
gonna
as
have a
well.
Zoom consult
But
about.
you won't be able to use the city Zoom, because it can only do one meeting at a time.
right,
And so
Well,
if
we
you're,
can use somebody else's Zoom.
I don't have a Zoom account anymore.
I can use my foundation.
Okay,
Myrna has joined in the background, just
Nice.
so everybody knows,
great.
if I can.
Hi. Hi, Myrna.
Guys, I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't have the link and then I missed the time change. So
Oh, the time change, yeah.
Oh, the big time change,
Yeah.
not this time change.
She meant our meeting from 5:30 to 6. So the good news is, you're a half hour sooner than you thought you were to the meeting.
right.
Yeah, so Myrna, have you talked to Kate
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the meeting?
Would you like a quick update right now?
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, super. So we had a little discussion with Kate and another colleague of hers who's actually with their tribal tab team. And I'm not sure yet if he'll be coming along or not. We're trying to also set up to start making some relationships over with the Crow tribe and the Brownfields team. But anyway, she for sure is planning to be in Red Lodge for April 30th and probably a day or two before. And, we'll be running the meeting at the Roosevelt, whatever time you guys decide. And we just talked about, she's going to go over the final report and somehow, however she plans to give that to everybody. But she's also going to, the reason we had Jason Seiler from DEQ on there is he's working with the city right now. And I don't know if he's talked to you, Mayor, but on the Rocky Fork redevelopment. And he had kind of wondered, hey, as long as KSU Tab is coming to town, maybe they could do a little, community engagement on that. So as long as it's okay with you, she has a really fun plan for getting some ideas going from the community about what might be a really great repurposing of that property. Again, this is just community engagement. I guess if the city says, no, this is our plan and we don't really, we don't want to open that can of worms, that's fine too. But that's kind of the plan right now.
Let's talk on it. We should hopefully have some better information on the bank reconstruction by then also.
Great,
Wow.
great.
Great. That'll be perfect then. And Mayor, are you fine with that? It's kind of she's gonna show like some different options and have people do like a little collage thing and kind of show like what could be done there.
I think let's have a talk offline before we do that. We've got an hour and a half for this meeting, and that's the main purpose of it. I think it's going to be an Apple one more thing or a footnote if we do it here. But if there's some conversations going on, I'm certainly interested in hearing those, because the conversation we had before is what really can we do, you know, and so that's kind of the conversation that's been opened up. And John Bliley was actually giving us our language and stuff, so I don't know what those are. We certainly don't want to present anything that's not a viable option from the people who are paying for it.
Right. And that was one of the reasons that Jason thought this might be a great opportunity to just show people, like, because there's probably plenty of residents who are saying, well, why don't they do this or why don't they do that, not knowing that that can't even be done. So might be a great way to get some of that information to the community, so everybody knows, like, we can't do A, B, or C, so we're looking at X, Y, or Z and go from there. But yes, we can talk about that more later.
My gut is that's a fantastic meeting. I don't think this is the right venue for that. I think this is going to be focused on the URD, and if we show bright, shiny objects, it's going to be like a kid with 14 packages on Christmas.
Right.
Well, unless it's a separate meeting, maybe
That's what I'm saying.
before,
I think a separate meeting
or
is the right way to do it.
or something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
so I think the key is it'll be a separate meeting.
Well, and I understand where you're coming from, but you know, she's flying in for a day or two, and we didn't really feel like back-to-back community meetings would be that exciting. And this, the URD, like the final report out of that, she didn't feel like was gonna be, you know, it wasn't gonna need like 2 hours of a meeting. But that's, you know, that's your call, obviously.
We'll talk. Like I said, this was just thrown up, and there was some shaking and nodding heads in the background. I don't know if you saw, so we'll make sure everybody's on board with it before we do it here. Otherwise, I'll be the bad guy.
Well, so you could, I mean, I see what you're saying, Myrna, like, I mean, you wouldn't want to miss that meeting. Like, it's kind of like the front end of the town and the back end of the north.
Exactly.
Oh.
I mean, it is kind of like your front doorstep and your back doorstep. And if you had a clear agenda, like, okay, we're gonna talk about the URD first, and then we're gonna have a break, and then we're gonna talk about, you know, like have a 15, 20-minute break, and then,
So the north entrance,
you know, so they're like
south entrance.
almost like two separate,
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
so they're not confused.
They're bookends.
There will be some confusion regardless, but
I
that's probably
Yeah.
the cleanest way to do it.
Yeah.
I think it actually could serve us by getting more attention. 'Cause
Yeah.
I agree.
I think the north end is like, we're of course interested in it, but what are we gonna do with that is like, is kind of a hot topic.
Yeah.
So it could serve us well, actually, to get more attention to
Uh-huh.
the meeting.
There's a whole lot of pieces that will have to fall in place between now and then before it is an actual ready for a public presentation, though.
And Kate, did you say Kate endorsed this idea? I mean, she knows what she's doing. I don't know, I feel
So
like.
this was her idea, Myrna?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we kind of brought it up, like, because Jason was the one who said, hey, you know, if KSU tab is coming, maybe they'd also do a little. And so when we talked about it, you know, she and her colleague were the ones who were like, yeah, I think that would actually work really well to do, you know, start off with the report out on the north entrance visioning activity. And then the end of the meeting would talk a little bit about the Rocky Fork, and it'd be kind of more active and let people dig into that a little bit. So I was kind of excited about it, but yeah, if you think it gets too messy or you want to talk to Kate more about that, we sure can do that.
Yeah. Well, we were talking, wondering if we could have a Zoom beforehand with Kate and Jeremy and talk about, we were sketching out an agenda before where Jeremy would present on what is a URD and just very quickly fill people in on that, because there's still people that don't really know what it is. That would be an intro, and then Kate would show the results of their study.
Marie,
Yeah.
do you have a good sense of Kate's presentation, how long it will be? And would there be questions that would automatically come following that, or in the middle, or what?
I don't really.
Well, that's why we could all get together and maybe have a planning Zoom.
I think that would be helpful.
So, we kind of mentioned the week of the 13th, April 13th. Sometime in that period.
We can have it during the day. We don't have.
Yeah, we can have it any time. Doesn't have to be.
What time zone is Kansas in?
Yeah, that week is pretty wide open for me. Are there any bad days on there for you, any of you? Or time periods?
Well, I just have a Community Foundation board meeting Tuesday at 11:30, that's all. I didn't do anything else.
I am
Those
wide
are in the
open
week
right
of
now on April 13th. Or through that week,
Okay.
I'm wide open right now. So
Okay, thanks.
Could we do it on Monday the 13th?
Yeah, sounds good to me, Monday the 13th.
I mean,
You
I'll
wanna
check with Kate.
Kate?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. And whatever time is good for her, we could be available.
Okay, great. I will,
Great.
I'll email her right away.
Great.
Wonderful.
And then we can sort out some of these things and firm up an agenda. And so what we've done so far is we have Roosevelt, and we have it committed between 5 and 8. So that gives us time to have food first or whatever, you know. So however we want to schedule during that. It just gave us plenty of time for people chatting afterwards. And we've got the round tables again, and we've estimated 100 people. So
That would be great if we got that many.
yeah, so that's what we're kind of working on right now, and then we need to get the word out. But I think we need to know what it's going to be before we get the word out.
Yeah.
So I don't see how we can get the word out before we have our Zoom meeting,
Oh,
really.
so we should have the meeting earlier so we can get the word out.
Yes.
Well,
right.
well, we
As soon as
could
it's
send
better.
a postcard, save the date.
I mean, if you tell them you're gonna talk about the
Eagles
Rocky
Nest.
Park as well, I mean, people are
Then we
gonna
should have something.
be all over that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
So
we
how
can
about,
decide to do that. We
how
don't
about
have to
the-
have a firm agenda.
how about the 30th of March?
Well, no, let's go with the 13th, and
But we don't have enough time to promote it though. Like,
Right,
we should
we
start
need-
getting the word out now.
We need to advertise.
Even if they.
no, I'm saying we don't have to wait to advertise.
Yeah, but we
We have to decide if we're gonna include both topics, then we just send out a
First, we have to
flyer.
find it if we can.
Yeah.
Just
We-
have a flyer
I
and
think,
say,
I think we can, if Kansas City is, lying there, and Myrna, I sent you some information in the background from John that talks, that if you will make sure to get forwarded on to the KSU folks, I think that gives them enough time to get both of those included in there.
Okay.
I
In that case,
agree. I agree
yeah.
also. I agree with that also. I think it makes sense since she's going to be here. I do like the idea of maybe splitting it and doing, having the URD meeting with their report first, and then maybe have like a 5-10 minute break, 15-minute break, something like that, and then do a second meeting. But, talking about just to break it up so it doesn't, I think it will help keep the two issues kind of separate, at least hopefully a little bit.
But they're both kind of visioning, and I had missed, when this first came up and was multitasking, I missed that KSU was specifically putting some stuff together that they wanted to come and do. So,
let's
yeah.
try it.
Yeah.
Let's try it. I like Tara's view, the bookends.
But yeah, and I do think it'll probably get more people
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
great
to the
idea.
meeting.
Get more people,
That's
absolutely.
a great idea, okay.
Hey,
Okay.
sorry,
And so I don't,
sorry about that. My internet froze there for a minute, and so you want me to still try to set up a meeting with Kate for April 13th, or should we try for like, maybe next week? I could see, and then we could get it out of the way.
I think the sooner the better. Like,
Really
I can't,
think so.
I can't be next week, but I have open the 31st and the 1st of March and April 1st, but I don't have to be there, because I'm not gonna be there on the day of the thing, which is, now I'm really
Yeah,
bummed.
But you will be there for all the pre-event promotion, which we need to be able to do, and we need to be able to sound coherent
Right.
when we send out messages. So I would rather have it earlier than
Okay.
April 13th.
Okay, I'm not gonna be here, but
So the
I can try
30th,
and Zoom.
the 31st,
The 31st or the 1st.
That's probably not going to work for me. Sorry, I'm going to be traveling back.
okay.
So when would work for you, Myrna?
Well,
Late
and
next
you
week?
you said next week is out.
Maybe late in the week next week?
I have Friday, I'll be here Friday.
You will be here on the 27th.
Yep.
How about the 27th? I feel like an auctioneer.
I'm
Going once? Going twice?
I'm traveling on the 27th, so I
Okay.
definitely cannot Zoom.
All right? If we're
Story
using
of our
your
life.
Zoom, you have to be there. So that puts us into the first week of April.
Well, I'd like Terry to be there too.
Are you there, are you around anytime on the week of the 30th? No.
That's when I'm traveling.
Okay.
Oh, the week of the 30th.
Mhm.
Yes, I could probably Zoom sometime in there.
30th? 31st?
I am
Um,
not available the 30th through April 1st, or the morning of the
Oh, and-
2nd. I'll be at a conference.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The 3rd, Friday the 3rd?
I'm
April
available
3rd,
then.
Good Friday.
It is good. Yeah.
Does that work?
Good Friday.
Well,
It's Good Friday.
yeah, maybe. Um,
And
Well-
we would want to have Kate also.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're not all gonna be there. Who's the essential people to be there?
Kate.
Kate.
Yeah.
Kate
And
and
Myrna.
Myrna. Maybe,
And one of us.
Myrna,
And Perry.
maybe you
And
and
Jeff.
Kate pick a few times and let us know.
Yeah, that's a
So
good
it
idea.
sounds like we're all,
Yeah, see what
All over the
Kate's
board.
schedule is, and yours, Myrna, and Jeremy.
And having Jeremy there would be
We need
important.
Jeremy, because he's gonna be speaking, and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Okay. And are you talking about the Jeremy who's online here or Jeremy Battles? Oh,
Jeremy,
there's
who's
both of them
online
on.
there.
Both Jeremys are on. Okay.
Me, Myrna,
Jeremy-
online.
This is our
Okay.
plan.
Yeah. Okay. I will email Kate and ask for a handful of dates in the next 2 weeks. How about that? And we'll see what we can come up with.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
sounds good?
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
and then we'll kind of maybe discuss what we're gonna do to get the word out, so.
And we are, we're how many weeks away? 5 weeks away, 6 weeks away? The sooner we can start getting the word out, the
You're
better.
right.
Maybe it's
Well, we need an article
Social-
in the paper, and
Or-
we need
yeah,
the word on the radio station.
and just maybe a bare bones
A
invitation
flyer,
first.
we need a flyer. Okay,
So anything early on would not have much detail, well, it's probably not gonna have a whole lot of detail anyway, but bare bones of meeting on April 30th to talk about the north end and the south end of town. And Joanne, you want a flyer, how would we disperse those? We'll mail them out, what?
No, put them up, you
Put
know,
'em up.
downtown.
Or is
Okay.
it just an agenda?
No, I think the flyers are eye-catching.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Would the city, Lonnie or Danae, do that for us?
Well, they would probably do a better job. That would be nice. So, but we would have to have the wording.
Can we modify what we did before last?
Who made your flyers? Rural, reimagining rural and stuff.
Oh, gosh, my coworker does. But didn't we have flyers when we had all those meetings in May? Can't we just modify those?
I don't remember.
Well,
Who did those?
I don't know.
I
But
don't
I
remember.
would think it has to be pretty simple, not too much wording, because people won't read it. But something like, what do you want to see at the north entrance and the south entrance?
Yeah.
And if you want to be included in the conversation or something like that, then come to this meeting on April 30th at 5:30 at the Roosevelt.
Well, I can draft an article for the paper, because I think I did an article for the paper when they came in
Oh,
May.
you would?
Yeah,
That would be
I can do
wonderful.
that. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then could you take a little synopsis of that and we could put it on social media?
Yeah, Red Bottom Buzz or whatever.
Mhm. Yep.
Just to pique people's interest now, and as we put together more flesh on these bones,
Yeah.
send out more word.
Mhm. Yep.
Otherwise, people will say, well, you never said anything about it. You never
Oh, I
told me.
know.
We didn't know.
I know. They're good to sit down.
Mhm.
Okay. I think it's gonna be exciting.
I've got a lot of people that are asking me when it's gonna be. They were involved in the discussion. They can't wait to hear
Perfect.
what some of the ideas are and,
What else do we need to do?
Anything more that we,
if I can do it when, that week we're supposed to have a Zoom. I can get my granddaughter to do the flyer. She's very artistic.
sure.
She could do it in 5 minutes, you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
To me, it would take
Yeah,
me
that's,
weeks.
that's hard. Well, if we can find the flyer that they,
We need a good title.
I think Kate did the flyer for us, actually. I wonder if they would do it again.
Okay, well, we'll have,
If she would, that would be great.
That would be
And-
amazing.
And now we have the 2 topics, which is very, very inviting for people, I think.
So,
People are gonna
yeah.
want to come and give their
I
opinion
think so. Yep,
and hear about it.
okay.
So who's gonna follow up on the flyer, Terry or Joanne?
Well, I think,
she's gonna do the article.
Or
I'm gonna
Kate,
do the
we can
article.
ask Kate.
And we'll ask Kate.
Okay,
Maybe she's already got something.
she probably does, she knows.
Or she might have a grad student.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
that would be great.
Because that's all part of it.
Okay. What more do we need to cover for that?
Well, I think we're gonna have that meeting, and then when we have that
Zoom
Zoom
meeting.
meeting, we'll have a whole
Yep.
list of to-do things.
That'll give us a roadmap.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we'll have a better idea of how it's gonna flow.
Yep.
We need an agenda and a timeline and, you know, but I don't think we can do it now.
No, I don't
think
either.
so either.
Yeah.
Now,
I think the main thing is if, well, right after the meeting, if we could get an article in the paper, and then just keep, maybe if we have a flyer, if we could publish that in the paper maybe, and
Mhm.
good idea.
people still read the Carmen County.
Yep.
I read it online.
Well, perfect, that's
That's all
wonderful.
easy.
Great.
Okay. Oh, this is good.
We could have it up at the senior center, you know, we can talk it up there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
Mhm.
of places where people meet. I think a lot of people want to come.
I think you're right. It'd be a big trip to Costco.
I had a little too much food last time, but not a lot.
You can never have too much.
Well, I had other things to take the food to, yeah. So,
Okay,
yeah.
so that's beginning to really feel organized to me.
Good.
It feels great.
Okay, well, that's our old business, so.
Okay. Do
And
we
I
have
don't
any-
think we have a treasurer's report. We don't have a treasurer's.
We do not have a treasury report from a month ago or so, and what we had at that point, $250,000, I think. Not a lot, not a lot.
Well, I have something to bring up.
Under treasury?
No, under other business. But
Okay, then
do
let's-
we have any written correspondence?
I do not believe we have any written correspondence. Okay, so what's your other
Or
business?
communication from the audience?
No comments from the?
Well, evidently, the planning commission, well, we don't have, Barry's not here and Jeff isn't here, but
Right.
was discussing a police station in the URD.
Oh, really?
So,
I,
do you have any information on that?
I heard police station within the URD, is that what I heard?
That's what I,
There is an application that we are putting in for a grant. It's a similar grant as what the fire district got. And there's a piece of property that the city owns adjacent to and aligned with the, AY and also the,
right,
that they're looking at as, and there was a time, it's city-owned land, and so there's a design that's built for that, not finalized, but we're basically putting in for a grant that's there. That was a piece of property that had come up once before. Somebody had wanted to know, if we could lease it out for housing specifically, and at the time it was kind of like, there's too much happening in around this, and that kind of influences, changes the designs of those. I think to a lesser extent, that same element still exists, but we'll see that it's kind of like right there around hopefully some other future potential city lands. Anyway,
Okay.
so it's just, at this point,
around
it's just,
other future potential city land?
well, like, meaning through this process, if the city owns the if it owns AY or the batch plant or,
For a police station,
pardon?
for a police.
No, those are adjacent properties.
I know. I'm just concerned of how this fits in with the vision and the whole concept.
Okay.
If all of it, this is when I was discussing about a hodgepodge. You know, you have a little thing here and then you stick something over there and it's.
And I don't disagree, that's part of the conversation.
And it's not part of the coherent community design. I guess that's mine. Also, that was the critical piece in maybe a larger piece that could be developed for commercial and housing. I mean, we talked about that. If you put all those three together, you would have a nice piece where you could have a really wonderful building like some of the ones KSU showed us that were commercial on the bottom and apartments on the top, and it would be a flow from the cannery, and it would be part of a whole community thing, not a police station in the middle of, then you couldn't use that piece anymore. You couldn't. It would take that piece away from the three.
Like I said, this has a similar concern as the other conversation. I'm not disagreeing with anything you've just said. But the question was what happened in the
Well,
answer.
anyway,
We put in.
It's already done, right?
No.
It's already submitted. The proposal is submitted.
We put in a letter to say, may we please apply for a grant to build a police station. It is not stapled to a particular piece of land.
But, no, but you just said that would be designed for that piece.
Oh, they showed a plan that fits on that piece of property in
They?
that size.
Who's they?
We submitted a plan that was drawn to fit on that piece of property.
Right. That's part of the proposal.
It's part of we have the ability to do something with this if you tell us, yes, we can apply for the grant.
And the grant is a state?
No, it's actually a U.S. It's a congressional
Set aside
thing that they did.
I just have to share, just FYI, my previous life, I was an economic development person in Whitehall, and we renovated an old building in downtown Whitehall, very large building. And so it's, now that it's renovated, there's 9 apartments on the upstairs, and the downstairs is all commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And the police station is in the back of that building.
Oh.
Just FYI.
Oh, that's wonderful,
The
Sarah.
town of Whitehall is smaller than this town. I think it's around 1,500. So it's, but
I'd like to see that.
residential upstairs and commercial all downstairs, and the police is in the back, so they, in the back corner, so they have like dedicated parking, and
It works.
It works just fine.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that that's a really quiet residential neighborhood, not a lot of problems.
no,
And those residences that are attached to the police station.
it's right downtown. It's right in the heart, it is the heart of downtown, for what it's worth. I don't know, just FYI, it's not,
So
it's not
it could
incompatible.
fit in
It
that
could.
general area.
Okay.
And actually, if you think about it, when you're developing real estate, commercial is very risky. So if you have somebody that's gonna pay rent every single month, that's a good deal.
Well, it's like the anchor.
Yes,
Having
right.
have an anchor
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
doing a development.
And it doesn't have to be an ugly, nasty building with, surrounded by asphalt and police cars. It can be attractive.
Mhm. Keep talking, you're convincing.
Okay.
So we'll follow that up.
Well, that could be a discussion on April 30th, I'm sure.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is the timeline, Mayor, on this proposal?
We have submitted a letter, and I think they will let us know within the next 3 months that we can apply for the grant.
Okay.
So that's all it is. There's initial, we're interested, can we have permission to apply for your grant?
Okay.
And then you apply for the grant and then you wait and you maybe get turned down,
Right.
which is what we saw on the Highway 78 path.
That's right, yeah.
That's still not dead, by the way, just we're gonna not do it with somebody else's money.
Oh.
Okay.
So our next regular meeting is April 20th. Is that still, if nobody can be there?
Oh, well, I can be there.
Well, I can be there too.
I'm gonna guess that
I can maybe.
Harry
join
could be
online.
there and that Jeff
Oh,
could be
no,
there.
that's when I can't be
Yeah,
there,
you're
right, the 20th.
I can, pretty likely join by Zoom.
Okay, so let's go ahead and plan to have a meeting on that
Okay.
evening, and this will be after the Zoom meeting where we have decided the format of the
Mhm.
meeting on the 30th, what we're going to be talking about. Maybe there'll be something more that comes down the pike. And the 6 o'clock is now our time. I just
Okay.
want to be sure of that.
Everybody knows that. Okay, I'll draft a newsletter or
For the
an
paper?
article for the paper. I just don't have, and I'll just send it around to y'all to, like, give
Send
me
it
your
around.
thumbs up. Add to it.
Okay,
Thank you. Then we'll sort on info on the Rocky Fork piece, but, you guys will fill me in. Okay.
if there's no other business, the meeting is adjourned.
All right. Good job,
Good
Miss.
job.
Good job.
Woo-hoo.